Salute, salute, peace and power. L'chaim, assalamu alaikum, shalom. Welcome back. Wise warriors, wise warriors, jungle survivors, jungle survivors. Let's go. Listen up. I understand and I get it. You want to fix your life. You can. However, that starts one day at a time. That starts one day at a time. And it doesn't matter who give up on you. I don't care about that. You should. What you should care about is giving up on yourself. What you should care about is giving up on yourself. That's why you're a wise warrior. You're strong enough and you're intelligent enough to never quit on you. See, failure is not getting it right. A failure is giving up. A failure is not getting it right. A failure is giving up. Don't give up. Don't quit. That's actually a failure. But not getting it right doesn't make you a failure. Quitting does. See, you winning because you ain't quitting. You're winning because you're not quitting. Don't quit. Because when you quit, you're giving up on yourself. You're going to have rough days, sluggish days. That's why you're doing it day by day. See, when you fixing a life, the reason why people quit, because they're trying to fix their life all at once. Can't do that. Can't do that. If something wrong with your lungs and your liver, you got to work on one at a time. You can't be like, yo, you know what, I got to go do liver surgery. Then tomorrow I'm going to do surgery on my lung. Nah, your liver got to recover. But in the meantime, and in between time, now you know, okay, you got the liver done. Once I recover and rehabilitate myself, I'm going to go do my lungs. But if you like, nah, I could do liver surgery this week and then next week I could go do lung surgery, it's not going to work. You're going to be on a bunch of medication and your body ain't going to be able to be receptive because you're taking too many medications. Your body got to recover from too many things. So if you do it one day at a time, if you just work on your liver and you get your liver healthy, now you can be like, all right, I got my liver healthy. Let me work on my lungs. All right, I got my legs healthy. Let me work on my arms. All right, I got my arms healthy. Let me work on my vision. You got to take it one day at a time, wise warriors. You have to do that. And you cannot skip and rush. And more importantly, don't compare and look at, well, they got better in the day. They got better in the month. They got better in the year. God bless them for getting healthy. But that ain't your plight. That ain't your plight. That ain't your path. That ain't your mission. Thank them for being an inspiration if you looked at them because they got healthy. But you got to get healthy on your timeline. Again, that's good that you see somebody else get healthy. That's motivation. That's inspiration for you to get healthy. That's fine. That's great. But you're on your own timeline. You're on your own schedule. You're on your own schedule. That's another thing. You create your own schedule. You create your own schedule. So if you got to take 30 minutes out of every day to work on something, you do that. 30 minutes is better than no minutes. 10 minutes is better than no minutes. It don't matter if you say, you know what, I'm going to start a diet. And you start that diet every day by 10 minutes. Like, you know what, nah, I'm going to do this every day for 10 minutes. I ain't going to eat for an hour. Don't eat. I ain't going to watch no TV. Don't watch no TV. I'm going to get enough sleep. Get enough sleep. See, wise warriors, when you start to work on self-discipline, it goes like this as well. The last thing you do at night, it may bleed into the first thing you do in the morning. So the last thing you do at night is be on your phone. When you get up in the morning, that may be the first thing you run to is your phone. So do something before you get your rest or before you go to bed that it can bleed into the first thing you do in the morning. So if you just take a shower and eat and then get you some rest, the first thing you'll do when you get up in the morning, you'll probably want to repeat the same cycle of getting up, taking a shower, starting your day. So work on things so it could bleed into the next day. Strong habits. Fight yourself. That's what I always say. Fight yourself. Start telling others no so you can tell you yes. Start telling other people no so you can tell you yes. You say yes to yourself, I'm going to get more sleep. Yes, I'm going to eat better. Yes, I'm going to think better. Yes, I'm going to move better. Yes, I'm going to use more energetic energy than emotional energy, because all that emotional energy is just going to bring chaos back. See, the more calmer you are, the more you hear yourself. The more you yell and scream, the more noise comes around you. The more people bring noise in your life. You don't need that. You don't need that. You think that you need noise in your life because you noisy. You think you need company because you don't know how to be alone. You think you need company because you don't know how to be alone. You think you need noise because you noisy. You think you need people because you're always around them. You don't believe you could change your diet because when you still go grocery shopping, you're still picking up things you don't need, snacks you don't need. So that's why you can't maintain that diet. It's like, okay, when you go shop, you're like, all right, if I'm going to leave salt alone, don't pick up food that got a lot of salt in it. Pick up food that got low sodium. So you don't rush to say, man, I'm going to just stop eating salt, because it ain't going to be easy. But if you gradually do it, it'll take place for you. But if you rush to get it done, it ain't going to work. And then you're going to be mad at yourself when you break that cycle. You're going to quit. But if you take your time, like I took my time and started climbing up that mountain. But before I got to the mountain, remember, Wise Warriors, I was at the bottom of the ocean. And when I was at the bottom of the ocean, I started to swim. I seen whales way down at the bottom of the ocean. I seen sharks. I seen things at the bottom of the ocean. I seen submarines. I had to make my way. I'm like, oh, there go a whale. Now I was a little nervous, but I'm like, oh, that whale ain't gonna do nothing to me. Let me keep going. That shark ain't gonna do nothing to me. Let me keep going. But once I was stopping, I got that whale's attention. I got that shark attention. That's my bad, because I stopped. But when I learned, I kept swimming, and I got to the top of the ocean. Now I'm like, oh, it's a mountain right there. So now I started mountain climbing. Then when I was making my way up the mountain, I started looking back at my old self. Man, I don't want to be down there no more. I don't want to be there no more. So I kept going. And now I'm still climbing. I'm still going. And when I make it to the top of the mountain, it's not that I'm looking down at the old me. I'm looking down at other people like, I made it. No, I made it to the top of the mountain to show myself I could keep going now. I could keep climbing. I could keep climbing. I could go up another mountain now. When I make it up another mountain, I'm looking down at the older me. I look down at the old me, now I'm looking down at the older me. Like, nah, I used to be way down there. I made it up out of there. And I wasn't mad at nobody. They ain't throw me no life raft. They ain't pull me on their boat. They ain't pull me on their speedboat, their yacht, none of that. Nobody grabbed me and said, come on the submarine with us. Nothing. I'm not mad at them. They didn't have to do that. But one thing I know I had to do, I had to keep swimming to get out the ocean. I had to keep climbing to get up the mountain. That's what you got to do. I keep going. That's why you're a wise warrior. That's why you're going to be a jungle survivor. But you got to keep going. You got to keep going. And of course, people are going to say, oh, well, you this, well, you that. No problem. See, the only way that people could criticize you because they got time to look at what you're doing. And it gives them a reflection of what they're not doing. It gives them a reflection of what they're not doing because they're looking at you. See, I had to stop looking at others and look at me. And again, that's not a knock on them. That's not an indictment on them. It's a knock on me. It's an indictment on me. I had to look at me. See, only reason why I was worried is that people are able to envy you and be jealous of you because you showing them what they need to be. You showing them what they're not doing. So they look at you and they get jealous or they get envious because it's like, damn, but I need to be doing that. I should be doing that. So they get jealous and envious of you because you're doing it. And you're doing it and you're not looking for people to clap. Or you're not looking for cheerleaders with their pom-poms. You're not looking for nobody to pat you on the back. You know you got to get this done because you're a wise warrior. You're a jungle survivor. You know you got to get it done. I know I got to get it done. So it don't matter who tell me you're doing a terrific job. I appreciate that. And also it's going to be people like, man, you ain't doing nothing. I appreciate that too. Because no matter what people say, I got to get this done. This is ordained for me to do. It doesn't matter the positive feedback or the negative feedback. It doesn't matter. You know how come? Because I got to get it done. See, the thing is that if I'm not getting it done, then it won't be negative or positive feedback because I ain't even doing nothing. I'm going to say that again. It won't be negative or positive feedback because I ain't getting nothing done. But when you get things done, it's going to be negative or positive feedback. It don't matter. The fact of the matter is, though, you're getting it done. And do it for you. You always compete against you. Never, ever, ever compete against other people, because you ain't going to never succeed that way. You ain't going to never succeed that way because you're competing against others. That's going to backfire. But as long as you're competing against yourself, you always get it done. See, when I was at the bottom of the ocean, I was like, damn, I sunk. I was looking for a life raft. And all the time I was looking for a life raft, you know what was happening? I was drowning. I was getting deeper and deeper. That's why I was so deep at the bottom of the ocean, because I was looking for life rafts. I was looking for help. I was looking for somebody to come save me. And then I had to learn to save myself. I had to learn to save myself. And again, that's not an indictment on other people. It's an indictment on me, because I actually was looking for them to come save me. How foolish of me was that? I had to save myself. So when I started to swim, like I said, when I stopped paying attention to the things that was in the ocean or the temperature of the ocean, it was too cold, it was too hot, it was too deep. Man, none of that meant nothing to me, because I'm like, I know I'm going to make it to the top, because I started moving. The progression of it all, me swimming. And then when I got up out of there, I was thankful that I was at the bottom of the ocean. Then when I seen that mountain, like, oh, I got to start climbing. And I didn't look at the mountain like I looked at the ocean. The climb was not to me, because I came from the bottom of the ocean. So as I started to climb up the mountain, I was like, yeah, I got the stamina, I got the endurance to get it done. And I started to get it done. And the more I climbed, the more I was thankful, the more it humbled me, the more I was gracious, the more I was grateful, because like, yeah, look, I'm climbing up the mountain. And I wasn't saying look like I wanted people to look at me. I was looking at myself. I seen myself when nobody else was looking. And I was proud of that. I was proud of that, because I seen me and nobody was looking. So that's why I like to do things when nobody's looking. I like for the self-gratification, the self-reward. So reward that me doing what I'm doing comes from within. So I'm going to keep climbing. I'm going to keep climbing. And every time I get further and further up the mountain, I look down like, I don't want to be that no more. I don't want to go back to where I was. And it's not an indictment on other people. It's an indictment on myself, because I know I was in a dark place. And now that I climbed up out of that dark place, I get to see the light that's shining in me and the light that's shining on me. And of course, people probably want to get in the light to dim it, or people want to take the light from you so they can shine. I ain't even mad at that. That's between them and God, because I know what God has ordained me to do, and I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done. Like I said in prior videos, you guys go back, pull it out. I know God believes in me to do the right thing. That's all that matters. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. So for all the wise warriors, you know how we do, and you know how this thing go. And for all the jungle survivors, you know how this thing go, you know how we do. Tap in. Chime in the comments and let me know where you at, what's your journey, what's your path. Always stay focused and never, ever, ever compete against nobody except for yourself. All right, wise warriors and jungle survivors, till next time. And don't forget, wise warriors, memberships are available. Jungle survivors, memberships are available. The Cash App is New Legend 77. The Cash App is New Legend 77. Peace, power, shalom, lahaim, assalamu alaikum. Till next time. Peace, world.